Hello, everyone.
Elsa!
Surely you would agree that animation is like magic. We look at fictional characters that may not resemble people at all, and we begin to empathize with them, fall in love with them, or hate them. Half of the credit goes to the director, screenwriters, and animators, and the other 50% to the voice actors. They are the ones who give the characters their unique style, charisma, and personality. And judging by the fact that we have many big names in today's selection, it's not an easy job. Let's get it on! Ferdinand. Most likely, if we say John Cena, you will immediately imagine this wrestler appearing under the thunderous music and the crazy screams of the announcer and the audience. The entrance of the wrestler has become a popular meme. John Cena has won 25 WWE championships, but not many people know about his other talents. He is a rapper and on top of that, an actor.
Hey?
He appeared in his first movie even before his debut in the famous wrestling shows. By 2017, he had already starred in 5 movies and had been invited as a voice actor for the movie Ferdinand. You probably guessed that John Cena played the lead role in the animated movie. If you don't remember, we should remind you that this is a story about an extremely peaceful bull who loves to sniff flowers and doesn't like fights. And he is voiced by a guy that throws his opponents around like rag dolls. But there's really no contradiction. John Cena is as good-natured as his character. In the end, it's largely thanks to his voice that the character who taught us not to be afraid to be unique turned out to be so lovely. The Grinch. The Grinch was always a character adored by the American public, and with the release of the 2000 movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the grumpy character became an icon of American culture. The movie, starring Jim Carrey, aired on television every Christmas holiday weekend. But in 2013, Studio Illumination decided it was time to rebrand the Green Monster. The creators of Despicable Me wanted to give the world a less gloomy and repulsive Grinch, who could play the role and be of special interest to an average American viewer, an English actor, of course. What's more, at first, Illumination wanted Benedict Cumberbatch to keep his natural accent for the role of Grinch. In the end, the actor managed to change their minds. According to Cumberbatch, the preparation was easy for him. He only familiarized himself with a couple of dialects and avoided watching the 2000 film so as not to copy it accidentally. If you've seen the movie, you probably know that the new Grinch looks nothing like Jim Carrey's character, but he doesn't look like Sherlock either. He's much less hostile. Toy Story 4. After the release of Toy Story 3, we all thought that the series was pretty much completed and probably no one expected another movie. But surprise, surprise, in 2019, the Pixar studio released the 4th installment of the franchise. Do you think anyone was unhappy about this? For one thing, we got to see some fun new characters, like stuntman Duke Kaboom. The director and producers chose the character's voice blindly. They just listened to the lines recorded by different voice actors. Upon hearing the voice of one of them, the creators decided they had found the perfect candidate. Turns out it was Keanu Reeves who got the part.
Huh. Oh yeah. Huh. Huh. Yes.
So this guy's not only awesome, but he's really talented. The inseparable plushies Bunny and Ducky were dubbed by Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele, the as much inseparable duo from the popular show Key and Peele. Plus, Tom Hanks has been voicing Woody since 1995. Do you really think we've heard the sheriff for the last time? The Secret Life of Pets. In 2016, thanks to the American film studio Illumination, which we've already mentioned today, we finally got to know what pets do when we are away from home.
See you later, Chloe.
Of course, the plot of the first installment focuses on the adventures of Max and Duke, but would they have been as interesting without the presence of this cute animal full of hatred? At first, he evokes empathy. Then we come to know him as the evil mastermind, and then Snowball becomes the film's main antagonist. In the end, the rabbit finds a home and becomes a better animal, but he's still a little crazy. His voice and intonation are perfect, and we have Kevin Hart to thank for that. You surely know him as Finbar from Jumanji, CJ from Scary Movie, or from his work as a stand-up comedian. And in the second part of the movie, we discover that he's also a great rapper. Didn't you bob your head to Snowball's performance? Peter Rabbit. You may not have seen this movie about a mischievous family of rabbits and their friends, as it was not as successful as Pixar or Disney movies. Well, besides a fascinating story, there are other reasons to watch this comedy film. The charismatic protagonist, voiced by James Corden, certainly deserves your attention, but the main stars are perhaps his sisters. Judge for yourself. The youngest, Pixie, is voiced by Daisy Ridley, who played Rey in the Star Wars trilogy. The role of Peter's older sister was played by Elizabeth Debicki. Her filmography includes films such as The Great Gatsby, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the second volume of Guardians of the Galaxy, and Tenet, of course. Plus, Flopsy Rabbit is voiced by Margot Robbie, and we don't have to explain to you who she is. All in all, Peter Rabbit will please not only your eyes, but also your ears. SpongeBob. It's no exaggeration to say that the whole world was looking forward to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Everyone loves the weird yellow character and his friend Patrick. It's no wonder that in terms of box office performance, the 2004 film was surpassed only by the movie National Treasure in the first weekend. By the way, the emotions ran just as high in the SpongeBob film, partly because of the appearance of the antagonist, in some ways even superior to Plankton. We're talking about Dennis, the assassin who wears glasses over his glasses, can grow his mustache instantly, and tear the smile off a fish's face. You might think that his voice belongs to someone brutal, like Danny Trejo, but no, the dubbing was done by Alec Baldwin, specialized in dramatic cinema. The funny thing is that, years later, the voice of the killer became the voice of the Boss Baby. Baldwin played the lead role. And what about SpongeBob himself and his famously squeaky Gary? Nothing surprising. Since 1999, the character has been voiced by Tom Kenny. Just look at the level he has achieved. No computer effects, just voice acting. The Lego Batman movie. Who would have thought that watching the adventures of superheroes and supervillains in the form of Lego characters would be so fun and exciting? The credit goes to the voice actors no less than to the members of the animation team. Initially, the leading contenders to voice Bruce Wayne and the Joker were Guillermo del Toro and Steve Buscemi. In the end, however, Batman was dubbed by Will Arnett, whom you may have seen in Parks and Recreation. Admittedly, the crazy laugh of the protagonist belongs to the film's director. It was a temporary recording, but it ended up in the final version of the film. The role of Joker was played by Zach Galifianakis, who gave us a couple of crazy bachelor parties and probably needs no introduction, as does Ralph Fiennes, Harry Potter's main nemesis, who voices old Alfred in the Lego Batman movie. The cast is terrific. For that at least, this animated movie is worth rewatching. The Lion King. The recent remake of the legendary animated movie was criticized by many experts, but we have a different opinion. We could watch and listen to Jon Favreau's film again and again. Firstly, of course, because of the amazingly realistic animation, but secondly, it's a musical. It's no wonder that the soundtrack to The Lion King gives you goosebumps. Simba is voiced by Donald Glover, also known as Childish Gambino, who gave us the song This Is America. On the other hand, the lioness Nala is Beyoncé. The other characters, by the way, were played by other famous stars. Pumbaa was voiced by Seth Rogen, known for the Green Hornet, and the role of Scar is played by Chiwetel Ejiofor from the multi-award-winning drama 12 Years a Slave and the famous movie Doctor Strange. The Croods. How about this experiment? Take the legendary Nicolas Cage, the gorgeous Emma Stone, and the handsome Ryan Reynolds and send them to a prehistoric world full of dangers and crazy adventures. Would you like to watch a show like this? All you have to do is watch the movie The Croods. In case you didn't know, Grug, the father of the family, tells his crazy stories with the voice of Nicolas Cage, the star of many memes and the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. In the same movie, Deadpool became the great guy, who would show conservative cavemen all sorts of innovations. In addition, Emma Stone, the lead actress of La La Land, plays Eep, the eldest daughter, and the character most open to change. Don't you agree that rewatching this movie seems much more interesting now? Home. We doubt there's a single Big Bang Theory fan who doesn't recognize Sheldon's voice, so it's no news to fans of the series that the boof named O in the DreamWorks Picture animated film is voiced by Jim Parsons.
Now he is vibrating. Is he going to explode?
But the rest of the cast is also recognizable. You just need a little knowledge of popular music. There are two wonderful singers in the animated movie Home. Rihanna played the role of Tip, and Jennifer Lopez is the voice of her mother. Separate thanks are due to singer who sang the hit Umbrella. She took on the role of executive producer of the soundtrack, released a concept album for the film, and encouraged other artists to participate in its recording. Isn't she amazing? Minions. This will come as a shock to many, but the little banana lovers are voiced by a real person, and none other than the director of the franchise himself, Pierre Coffin. We'll not go into details about his work because in the 2015 film the main role didn't belong to him. After all, the supervillain Scarlet Overkill appears on the screen to steal the crown from Elizabeth II herself. If you hate this lady with all your soul, you should applaud Sandra Bullock, as she did a perfect job. Herb, the genius inventor and Scarlet's husband, also turned out to be quite evil. You can't immediately tell he was voiced by John Hamm. You may not have seen the TV series Mad Men, but surely you know this famous meme from there. The Book of Life. Are there people who listen to hip-hop and also watch animated movies? Then you're about to have your mind blown. Remember near the end of the movie The Book of Life, the candle maker utters the phrase, "And today was a good day"? Well, the character is voiced by Ice Cube, and it's a reference to his legendary song, "It Was a Good Day." If you guessed it on your own, we think you're a genius. After this information, the news that Jorge Skeleton sings with Placido Domingo's voice is not so surprising anymore. But we also have to name the rest of the stars. Maria was played by Zoe Saldana, known from Avatar, Guardians of the Galaxy, and The Avengers. Channing Tatum voiced Joaquin Mondragon, and Shilbalba is played by Ron Perlman, who's also played Hellboy and Clay Morrow from Sons of Anarchy. The Lego Movie. Today we've already talked about the spin-off of this series, but we forgot to talk about the main movie. And it features not just a team of stars, the whole galaxy is here, even Star-Lord himself. Chris Pratt was nominated for a Teen Choice Awards in the Best Character Voice category for his role as the Builder Emmett. It's too bad Will Ferrell didn't get any awards for bringing order-obsessed villain President Business to life, or for playing the role of the man upstairs. The cop with a split personality is Liam Neeson, while Vitruvius makes his prophecies with the voice of Morgan Freeman. Considering that Bruce Willis and Jason Momoa also appear in the sequel, it's a reason to binge watch both animated films one more time. Hold on a second. Do you want to see some crazy stories from real life? Nothing dull, only action. Only adventures, chases and fights, love confessions and sudden betrayals. Don't believe us? Follow the link and see for yourselves. Our animation channel Private Diary reveals the deepest secrets. Don't forget to subscribe.